clips of this speech. I don't even know where to begin. But first, let's look at this viral clip of Donald Trump earlier today falling asleep at a state function in Saudi Arabia.
We read a lot of the material now out of Saudi Arabia, and Mohammed bin Salman is saying we need a resolution on a Palestinian state. And I don't necessarily recall several years ago, pre-October 7th, as that being a demand that he had necessarily stated publicly. Do you think his position has changed, or do you think the way he has expressed himself has that really?
Now, this is on Fox News, and I want you to imagine what Fox would be saying if this were President Biden falling asleep at a state function. They wouldn't be providing any commentary beyond insulting Biden, which is, I suppose they're right, but they hold Trump to a different standard. They grade him on a curve. And speaking of grading him on a curve, before I play you some of these clips of the speech, Megyn Kelly, former Fox News host, MAGA podcaster, just totally roasted herself, and she's now getting roasted in the replies and in the quote tweets. But she says it's so nice to have a president who can walk down the stairs without us having to hold our breath, who projects strength, who the world sees and understands is not some weak, infirm pushover who's squeezing a mating in between Matlock episodes. And of course, people are roasting her left, right, and center. Jack Cocciarella says he was falling asleep on camera. Somebody saying, I wish we actually had a president like that instead of a guy who skips intelligence briefings, spends 60% of his day on executive time where he's just in bed watching Fox News and eating McDonald's while rage truthing. Bait used to be believable. People sharing clips of Trump struggling to walk down ramps. Her post aged well, again, referencing Trump falling asleep on camera. So it's just so funny to watch Megyn Kelly get humiliated in this respect. But speaking of humiliation, there is none worse than what Trump is inflicting on himself at this very moment. So we're going to play some of these clips. And again, note how foreign dignitaries are kind of glancing aside nervously. And you'll see some of the reactions as well in clips I'm about to show you from Trump's own people.
Never seen before. There's never been anything like it. And we let other people tariff us into losing a lot of money and a lot of jobs. And now we're tariffing them, and it's at a level that nobody's seen. It's a level that is making us a very much different country and a very different Republican Party. We won a tremendous victory in November. We won all 7 swing states, the popular vote by millions and millions of votes. The Electoral College we won by.
Did you see that? You see people like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Trump
I'm
just
sure these people don't want to hear about.
Visibly tired. He looks visibly tired. And if that wasn't bad enough, how he sounds and how foreign dignitaries are reacting to this, let's look at the reactions of some of Trump's own people, also caught on camera.
Investments have been announced or are coming just since the election on November 5th. So think of that in a very short period of time. Investments.
Marco Rubio, just like, oh my God, I wish I
So
was
what?
anywhere else other than
He's
here.
still going to be president.
Yawning.
All
Scott
they
Bessent,
doing,
Treasury Secretary, also not handling this speech particularly well.
all they doing is just making us look bad. Just pointing out everything that he does. He's an old man. He just flew all the way to Saudi Arabia. Of course he's going to nod off. And they so stupid, instead of letting the man go home and, go take a nap or something, they whoop him off over here, and then he's talking about the election. He won the popular vote. He won by millions of. He keeps saying that so people will really think that he's popular. Everybody in the world knows he's the most hated man on the planet right now. Come on, if that was so true, nobody else ever had protests in all 50 states hollering, get him out. Come on. Come on. torture. They is bringing up all this stuff, and yet he's still the president.
The world watching when Saudi Arabia joins us, and you'll be greatly honoring me, and you'll be
Really honoring you.
Honoring me.
Besson's asleep. Besson is falling asleep on camera while his boss talks. And you think, okay, that's Rubio, that's Besson. You know, what about a younger, fitter man, right? What about a more devout Trump acolyte? You know, not these rhinos like Rubio and Besson. Maybe somebody like Pete Hegseth, former Fox News host, defense secretary. You know, somebody who's at the prime of his life physically. I'm sure he's all engaged.
Ahmed knew that. He knew that. Smart people knew that.
On his phone.
Only the Ahmed knew that.
He's looking down at his phone, right? Probably on a signal chat. If anything, it's like, shit, I haven't sent any classified military information to my wife, my brother, my personal attorney, the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic. It's been a minute. You know, maybe I should get on that. So even he is bored out of his mind as Trump stumbles his way through this. Got another clip here again. Look at Besson and look at Rubio.
But they understand, and we're doing what a lot of smart people would do. And
that's so embarrassing. These people are like, oh my God, get me out of here. This guy is struggling in real time. I want to play that clip one more time, though, because here Trump makes a Freudian slip, okay? Listen carefully to what he says. Try not to fall asleep when you do, but listen very carefully.
But they understand, and we're doing what a lot of smart people would do, and we're not necessarily being politically correct. You saw what we did yesterday with healthcare. We've cut our healthcare by 50 to 90%.
We cut our healthcare by 50 to 90%. We did it yesterday. Now, he's probably referring to his bullshit executive order about cutting drug prices, okay, rather than trying to work through much more durable legislation with Republicans and Democrats. His party controls both chambers of Congress. If he really wants to go after pharmaceutical companies and price gouging.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay. Do anybody believe anything that come out that man's mouth? Now, Biden had it down to $8 for diabetic drugs, insulin. He cut it real low, and he did it through legislation. He went through the doing it where it's in stone, it's bipartisan and all that stuff. He cuts it and then turn around and do an executive order to get the prices cut. How is that going to happen? How is that going to happen? And we all know that executive orders are just promises that might not come through. Oh, brother. I don't know. I just wanted y'all to hear this. This is crazy. This is, oh my God. The man said you're going to be honoring me.